Yes, good morning class 5. Welcome to the class, and before starting the class I will discuss the syllabus with you. So kindly you note down the syllabus for composite maths of term 2. Okay. And one more thing, as you know, term 2 includes PT2 also. So I am not writing the chapters of PT2, just I am writing the chapters of term 2. So when you will give the assessment, at that time you will practice term 2 plus PT2 both. Clear? Both the chapters you will prepare. Now write it down, the syllabus. The syllabus for term 2 maths. For Math Magic you already know the syllabus, isn't it? Math Magic, chapter number 11, area and its boundary. Then chapter number 12, smart charts. Then chapter number 13, ways to multiply and divide. Ways to multiply and divide. Chapter 14, how big and how heavy. Now related to this, in composite maths, chapter 24, volume. Chapter 25, pictograph and bar graph. Then chapter 5, simplification. And chapter 12, measures of mass. Okay. For area and its boundary you will practice volume from composite maths. For chapter 12, smart chart, you will practice pictograph and bar graph, and for chapter 13, ways to multiply and divide, you will practice simplification. And for how big, how heavy, you will practice chapter 12, measures of mass. Measures of mass. Okay. Clear to everyone? Clear? Is it clear to everyone? For term 2 I am not writing, for PT2 I am not writing the syllabus, but as you know, term 2 we have chapter 10, tens and hundreds, and related to that in composite maths we have measurement of length and chapter 10, decimal. Okay. So these 3 chapters also you will prepare for term 2 assessment, and these are the chapters for Math Magic and composite maths. And secondly, for offline videos, see, for offline videos we are doing the composite maths, and very soon we will complete for the syllabus for composite maths, and after that I will start Math Magic in the offline video. So kindly you follow the offline as well as online, both the videos. Okay. In offline video we will complete the syllabus for composite maths, and then we will start the Math Magic in offline. So this is my request, kindly you follow both the videos, offline as well as online, both the videos. In offline After completion of the sub-syllabus for composite maths, we will start math magic there. Clear? We will start math magic there. Yes, quickly write it down and then come to math magic book, chapter number 11, area and its boundary. We will continue with the same chapter as we have left in our previous class. The board work all have completed. Can I rub the board? Yes. Page number 151. We have completed page 151. See, I have given you one homework in page 151, isn't it? The topic was people, people everywhere. Question A, it was an activity and we have assumed the answers and we have written it in the book. Now for question B, I have told you to measure the length and breadth of your room and then you write it down the area. First was area. So area, as you know, length into breadth. So the length of your room and the breadth of your room, when you are multiplying this two, you are getting the area of the room where you are studying. That means the study room, isn't it? Next, it was how many children are there in your class? I have told you there are 40 children in your class, isn't it? So I think you have written in the book 40 children. Next one, next question is, so how many children can sit in 1 square meter? It was to be found that how many children can sit in 1 square meter. How you have found? You have found total number of students by the area of the floor. Total number of students by area of the floor. No, it is by area of the floor by total number of students. Okay. So whatever the area of the floor, you will find it out. It will be in the numerator and the denominator will be total number of students, that is 40. Page number is 151. That will give you the that in one, how many children can sit in 1 square meter. Okay. After that, the question was, if you want to move around easily, then how many children do you think should be there in 1 square meter? So to move easily, how many students should sit in 1 square meter so that the movement is free? And we have written 2 because in the previous question it was that how many can sit in 1 square meter. We have written 3 to 4, isn't it? So to move it easily, it will be only 2. It will be only 2. Now come to page 152. Page number 152. See, in page number 152, the two birds, they are conversing with each other. One of them is saying, can you imagine how big a square of side 1 kilometer is? It has an area of dash square kilometer. Guess how many people can live on that? Now the bird is saying that, can you imagine 1 square, a side of 1 kilometer? So naturally its area will be 1 square kilometer, isn't it? Now you have to guess that how many people can live inside that square. Now other person is saying, so not person, the other bird is saying, in West Bengal there are about 900 people living in a square kilometer. Just imagine, in a square kilometer in West Bengal there are 900 people living. Okay. Now in comparison to West Bengal, but in Arunachal Pradesh it feels very lonely. There are less than 15 people living in a square kilometer. Now the bird is saying that this is the case for West Bengal, whereas for Arunachal Pradesh in 1 square kilometer number of people is less than 15. Okay, it is less than 15. So can you tell me why this variation is there among the two states? Why the variation is like this? Can you tell me? Write in the chat box. Why in West Bengal it is 900 people living in a square kilometer and in Arunachal Pradesh it is less than 15. They are living in the same 1 square kilometer. Why? Can you answer me why? Exactly, it is because of the population. The population in Arunachal Pradesh, it is less than West Bengal. That's why that's why the people, those who are in Arunachal Pradesh, they are occupying less space as compared to West Bengal. Okay. Okay, now come to the next topic, share the land. Come to the next topic, share the land. See, I am going to read the next topic. Okay. Nasrina is a farmer who wants to divide her land equally among her 3 children, Chumki, Jhumri and Imran. She wants to divide the land so that each piece of land has 1 tree. Her land looks like this. Now see, there is one land given and it is for Nasrina. Nasrina, she is a farmer and she wants to divide her land among her 3 children, Chumki, Jhumri and Imran. Now these 3 children, she wants to divide the land. You have to find out that how much squares, since it is divided in the squares, so you have to find out how much square each children is getting. And one more thing you have to see, each children should get 1 tree. There are 3 trees in the land, so each child should get 1 tree. Okay. So what you will do for this? First of all, count what is the total number of area of the Nasrina's land. What is the total area of the Nasrina's land, and how you will find out? By counting the squares. Okay, so quickly count the squares. Quickly count the squares and tell me what is the area of Nasrina's land. Exactly, it is 90. You can see in vertical there are 9 squares and in horizontal there are 10 squares. That means the length is 10 and the width is 9 and area is equals to length into breadth, that is 10 into 9, that is 90, isn't it? So the area of Nasrina's land is 90 square meter. Okay. Now the question is, can you divide the land equally? Show how you will divide it. Remember, each person has to get a tree. Color each person's piece of land differently. Now you have to first of all find out that what share of land one is getting. So how you will find it out? See, page is 152. First of all, total number of boxes. Total number of boxes, it is 90. Then therefore each child will get the share of land divided by 3, since 3 children are there. So it is 30, isn't it? That means each child will get 30 squares. Chumki will get 30, Jhumri will get 30 and Imran will also get 30 squares. And now you have to divide in such a way that each should get 1 tree also. Okay. See, I think you have remembered in class 4 you have done one puzzle, and the puzzle was one well was there and it was told that you have to divide the land in such a way that all can use the water from the well. It was given as puzzle. I think you remember. So the same way you will divide this land also that means by counting the squares in such a way that all should get the 30 square plus 1 tree. Clear? So this I am giving you as homework. You will do it at home. You will color the squares, 30 squares for Chumki, 30 squares for Jhumri and 30 squares for Imran, which includes 1 tree. Either you divide it horizontally or you divide it vertically. It is your choice. Yes, it is correct. Orono, you have sent, it is correct. Okay, the 30 squares you have to divide it in such a way that each should get 1 tree also. Okay, now come to page 153. If each square on this page is equal to 1 square meter of land. How much land will each of her children get? It is dash square meter. That means what is the area of the each child's share? So it will be 30. Write in the book, 30 square meter. 30 square meter. Write in the book, 30 square meter. Okay. Next is Chumki, Jhumri and Imran need wire to make a fence. Now they need a wire to make a fence. Now as the word fence is there, that means you have to find the perimeter. You have to find the perimeter, okay. Since fence is written, so you have to find the perimeter of the land. So as you are dividing or you are coloring the squares for the 3 child, you will count the outside portion for the fencing. That means you will count the outside boundary. That will give you the perimeter of the 3 land. Clear? This is also homework to you, because you all are dividing the squares in different way. Some of you they will divide it horizontally, some of you they will divide it vertically. So for all the 3 cases, the fencing, that means the perimeter will be different. So this is your homework, you will do it of your own. Clear? You will count the outside portion, that will give you the perimeter of the land. Clear? Now after this, the question is, who will need the longest wire for fencing? You will write the answer, that who needs the longest wire. That means what is the whose perimeter is coming the maximum, he or she will need the maximum fencing wire. Then how much wire in all will the 3 need? In all will the 3 need means that time you have to add all the 3 perimeters. For Chumki, for Jhumri and for Imran, all the 3 perimeters you will add and you will get the wire, the total number of the total wire all the 3 needs. Clear? So this is the homework to you. This is the homework to you. Now come to the next one, practice time. Come to the next one, practice time. Look at the table. If you were to write the area of each of these, which column would you choose? Mark a tick, make a tick. Here some items are given, you have to answer that, or you have to choose that in what should be their area, either in square centimeter or square kilometer or square meter. You have to just give a tick mark to the units. Okay. The first one is handkerchief. It is already given. Handkerchief, centimeter, isn't it? It is already given, centimeter. Next one is sari. Sari you are measuring in, right answer? Sari you are measuring in, not centimeter. Sari, the women wear the sari, it is measured in square meter. Okay, square meter. So give a tick mark in square meter. Next one, page of your book. The page of your maths book, it is measured in square centimeter. Page of your book, it is measured in square centimeter. Next one, school land. Next one is school land. It is in square meter. The school land, it is in square meter. Then total land of a city. The whole city, suppose Burdwan, the whole city, it is to be measured in kilometer, square kilometer. So give a tick mark in square kilometer. Next, door of your classroom. The door of your classroom, it is measured in square meter. So give a tick mark in square meter. Next one, chair seat. The chair which we are sitting, that is to be measured in centimeter, square centimeter. Blackboard, square meter, blackboard in square meter. Indian flag in square centimeter. Indian flag in square centimeter. Then land over which a river flows. Land over which a river flows. It will be square kilometer. It will be square kilometer. in square kilometer. Completed? Completed? Okay. So students, today up to this only, we will discuss the next question in our next class. Okay. So bye all of you, and once more you practice what we have done today in the class. Clear? So goodbye all of you.